the CEO, Stanton with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. George James on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Monrovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Vonjema, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat Cape gradually, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You wanna get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you got today?
Spoon TV. Spoon.
Yes, what you got today?
Spoon.
Beseku.
Spoon TV. Spoon.
Ba.
Spoon.
Skidibidi dabado.
Spoon TV. Spoon Entertainment.
Kuwa. Beseku, kudileo. Kuwa, kudileo.
On the spoon to get
Yes, what you
your
want?
information.
Kuwa.
On the spoon to be
Yes,
part
what you
of our
want?
discussion.
Batileo.
Spoon television.
Yes, what you want? Batileo.
Spoon radio station.
Yeah.
Spoon television.
Yes, a special one from the CEO, Stanton with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. George James on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update?
The police are placed a buffer zone trying to move close to where the protesters are standing, and they've created a buffer zone right there. So the police is actually asking them to go further to leave the road. So that's why the police is going, asking them to leave the road, and this is a situation right here. So it's asking them to go across the road. Now, they are moving backward, and a buffer zone has been created by the police, and they have started throwing stone. But some of their colleagues are appealing to them to stop throwing stone, and then they are throwing stone. They have started throwing stones. The police are fired tear gas. The police fired tear gas to destroy protesters. So this is what is taking place.
Of President Blatter, EPS officer just assaulted journalist Blamoto. He has just assaulted Blamoto of the Liberian investigator.
Protection of the rights of citizens. The Constitution provides for the right of assembly as a primary right true to our words. We police, for all of the different ongoings, have set up no protest zones, and it was made clear today by barricades that were set up and lawful instructions were given to those who had marched onto that particular point. The police guided them, protected their rights. When the barricade was broken and all verbal command failed, that was when there was an escalation. And that escalation was only with the use of non-lethal approach. I made it clear to you all today that at no point in time did we use live rounds. We even made vehicles available for you to go to the hospitals, mortuary, and also called all of our officers in different areas of command to check all of the clinics. To date, we have not established anyone injured as a result of gunfire or anyone in any mortuary as a result of that. Knowing how things are, we deployed multiple layers of accountability to guide this planned action. And
Okay, indeed, Tune to Spoon, you will know what is happening in Liberia. I'd like to welcome you again to the program tonight. This is the late night show, the late night politics on Spoon. We are live across the Spoon network, Spoon FM 107.5. We are live on Fabric Radio 101.1 and other frequencies across Liberia. I'd like to welcome everyone to the program tonight. Thanks for joining us on the late night show as we talk Liberia, as we bring to you the unfoldings, talking about the issues across the country, and affording you the opportunity as well to weigh in your thoughts on those different happenings across Liberia. I want to welcome everyone across Radio Lane tonight. Those of you joining us on the Spoon Network or maybe on some of our affiliate radio stations, we appreciate you for joining us tonight. Kindly share the program as you come on. We appreciate if you were to do that as we move on to have a spirited conversation here tonight. I'd like to welcome all of you to this edition of the late night show, the late night politics on Spoon. Let me go to the comment section and see who are those that have already joined us. I see Edward Crusoe is here tonight from Minnesota. Barrett Denois, Mr. Denois, thanks for joining us. Their sister Freeman is here tonight as well. Thanks for coming on. Alex Roberts, please share the program as you join us tonight. I see Son Joseph says Gloria. I see Emmanuel Duque Jr. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you. Emmanuel Tally, Moses Momolu, Eric McGill, Andrew Goa. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thomas Kuman. I see Tommy Jr. Thanks for coming on tonight. Um, and thanks to everyone for joining us. Sherman Brown, thanks for coming on tonight as well. Eric Vamo, we appreciate you. And thanks to everyone for joining us tonight on this edition of the program, the late night show, the late night politics on Spoon. Well, lots of happenings across the country. A lot has been happening across Liberia. It's just very important that we get to highlight those issues. Just quickly for the updates, we a lot of you are aware that there was a major protest in the country today. There was lots of publicity around the protest itself. Um, some of the lawmakers who were suspended by their colleagues decided to stage a protest today up Capitol Hill. They called on their supporters to march on the Capitol today. And it was a peaceful march, as it was said. Um, the folks start it as concerned citizens, you know, and they were all in white. That was the dress code for the protest today as they marched up Capitol Hill. It started up as a very peaceful one, and then at some point it turned out to be a bit chaotic, resulting to some tension up Capitol Hill, and then there had to be some actions taken by state security. Um, Tear gas was fired as well to disperse the protesters, and there was mixed. There was a kind of mixed crowd. Some folks who are supporters of or who are in solidarity with those of the different lawmakers, they converged there today up Capitol Hill. So it was a scene that captured the attention of people not just in Liberia but folks across the world with the help of live broadcast and the social media and all of that. It was being brought on the Spoon across the Spoon network. Yeah, so that went on, and the police was able to take siege of the situation and to ensure that calm was restored. And at about 1 p.m. Or somewhere around 12 p.m., the entire situation was brought to a kind of it was brought under control. There wasn't any presence of protesters maybe blocking corridors as like what we saw at the um, you know earlier in the day. The protesters were removed from the streets, and everything went back to normal. So that was one of the major happenings today. And so some of the organizers of this protest, as it turned out to be very chaotic, they fled the scene. Representing Frank Safoko, and you have Representative Yeke Koluba. They all fled the scene, making their way by way of the Temple of Justice. And then the information is that the District 9 lawmaker was being arrested, and the presidential aide was being arrested as well. So the District 9 lawmaker was not arrested by police. I like to state that. Information is that at the court there was already a case there for him, which led to him being declared wanted. It's a whole domestic kind of situation with respect to child support and stuff like that. Yeah, so he had to face that in the process of fleeing the scene, and then he got caught up in that situation, according to reports. But the former presidential aide, Sekou Carrasco, is one of those persons who was seen on camera being arrested as well. And report has it that he's spending a night at the correction center there, commonly known as South Beach in Monroeville, for his involvement in what happened today, the protest. And the Liberia National Police, following the entire protest, officially spoke to the press. The Inspector General of the Liberia National Police, Colonel Gregory Como, spoke to the press today, um, reassuring the public of the Liberia National Police commitment to ensuring that there is peace, there is calm, there's stability, and that every citizen has the right to assemble, to express themselves, but it should be done in the confines of the law. And the police is there to protect everyone. But once it gets to a point where one party, in the name of exercising their democratic right or their constitutional, right, decide to um, infringe on the rights of other people, then the law enforcement will come into the picture, and that's where the police will come in. So he reassured Liberians that the police is committed to making sure that peace is the order of the day, that violence, protests, or whatever doesn't threaten or undermine the peace of the country. He also spoke because while the protest was going on, as we were at the grounds of the legislature reporting and all of that, there were reports circulating that live bullets was being fired. Um, and he spoke to that there was no live bullet fired, as was being speculated or being reported by some of the folks across Radio Land or on the social media, that the police did not fire any live bullet, as per everything in their possession as of the time he spoke. There wasn't any record of the police using live bullet. It was rather tear gas that was used to disperse the protesters today up Capitol Hill. And yeah, so those were some of the happenings. There have been different images, different footages circulating with respect to the happenings today as well. Some of the images have, sent a message of the protest being a bloody one, with folks wearing white, and carrying scars and wounds on their heads, and blood and all of that. Why some other photos, including the one from the former superintendent of Grand Bassa County. It has been circulating, it's been trending as well, where the bandage on his head changed color from red to pink, and some have said that it's an indication that he was trying to make up something. So yes, those are all issues that have been going alongside the protest today of Capitol Hill. Yes, and information is also that uh, the country passed the compact, Liberia, and it's expected there's an announcement coming up tomorrow, where Liberia is expected to be benefiting some 500 million or a little over 500 million from the Millennium Compact, based on her performance and the indicators and everything. Yeah, so these are just a few of the many happenings. The Liberia National Fire Service is one of those institutions uh, that is going to be uh, of great importance, especially now that we're in the dry season. Um, so the the institution have been raising some concerns about folks who about their ability, the level of support. Quite recently, they had series of fire outbreaks that they had to respond to, and one of those outbreaks was in the New Georgia community. They responded swiftly, but yes, there have been concerns about what was captured for those folks for the budget year that is about to come to an end. The folks are also raising concerns about the fire truck and other things that should have been purchased for them to ease the kind of work they do to make them more effective as they go about fighting fire across the country. Since, in fact, last dry season was one of the very chaotic times we've seen with so many fire outbreaks across the country, and there were so many concerns now with respect to what the capacity of the Liberia National Fire Service is with respect to fighting fire outbreaks across the country. What needs to be done to further enhance the work that the folks at the Liberia National Fire Service do and stuff like that. So there has been some concerns coming from there as well with respect to what's in it for them and why uh, the the government is yet to release fundings expected to get them equipped, since in fact the entity is running on a single fire truck at the moment. um, Health workers are threatening to abandon the facilities based on what they call the failure of the government to carry on the reclassification or give them the just benefits. They've been raising those concerns as well on local media, and they want the government to live up to her promises, especially some of those people who are specialized and they they're yet to be paid as per their specialization, or even what is captured in some of their employment letters. According to them, they're yet to be paid as per what's captured in their employment letters. So they've been raising those concerns as well, calling on national government to make some interventions. Those responsible to intervene to ensure that those in the health sector are motivated so as to ensure that health delivery is very much effective across the country. So, with that, I'd like to welcome everyone. Thanks for joining us on the program tonight. Let's hope we can have a great show. Let me do this quickly. Let me do this. Very quick. Let me see if I can do this. This one. So those are just a few updates here tonight. Let me get this one on. And please share the program as you come on tonight. Kindly share the show in your different group chats. Let's have a great show tonight. Let me bring the team on now. I see Charles is already here, set up. And Charles, welcome to the show. It's good to have you on tonight.
Yes, Nelson, thank you for having me here tonight. How you doing? How's your day?
Yes, I'm doing good. Day was great. It's a very busy day.
I know.
Um, but it's a good thing that we're here tonight to talk Liberia, to discuss the issues. We're not going to be on long though, but hoping that we can make the most of the moment we have. It's been a hectic day here in Monrovia, especially for the people who have been up Capitol Hill. Our brother Francis Jabate, Mr. Jabate, welcome to the show. It's good to have you on tonight.
Thank you, Nelson. What's up, Charles? Good to see you. Good to
I
be with you
know,
guys, man. It's been a minute, I know, but
Francis, long time.
yeah, man. Yeah, thanks to you guys for keeping the show going. I'll be watching, even though I don't be on, but I'll be watching, man. I'll be
So
watching.
thanks to Nelson, myself just coming.
But Nelson, I
Oh,
the true player and the godfather here.
oh yeah, lots of fun, man.
Yeah, man. The real man.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. That's really great. But it's a great thing that we're here tonight. I'd like us to just move into the show tonight. You can do your opening 1 minute each, and then we can move into the conversation. Yeah. So let's start with you, Charles. Your opening.
Yeah, Nelson. Again, it's an honor to be here. To our many followers, we want to say thank you for always coming here and listening to us. Whether we talk sense or not, at least you give us your ears. Nelson, honestly, my heart is bleeding. My heart is bleeding so bad to see our country going the way it's going. The way things are going on, it brings tears to my eyes. And indeed, we the young generation have to stand to do something for this thing to change today. Like we cannot prolong it. We cannot wait to say, "Oh, let us wait for the next government. Let us wait." The more we wait, the more problems we continue to have in our society, and it is sad. It is sad today. Sitting watching what I saw on different platforms is hurtful. It's hurtful. Thank you.
Um,
Yeah, Francis, go ahead. You want to do your opening?
yeah, continue, Charles, stop. It's a sad time for our country. And for me, I'll just put it plainly. Our generation, if Liberia doesn't get on the right track now, during our time, Liberia is finished. I want Jesus Christ second to come down and start running the entire country. Then I only way, but Liberia will be finished because the older generation have failed us. They continue to fail us. And now our brothers and sisters that are supposed to be the next generation of leaders in that country, they are at a complete disadvantage. Because every president, every administration that come in, they do not prioritize the people on the ground. Why do you think that's the case? Because they do not want our people in Liberia to develop as leaders. They are doing it for selfish reason and for greed. I keep calling them legal criminals. They know, but the moment you get into government, you become rich overnight. You can afford to send your children, and they will.
Francis, you're breaking it. I don't know if it's just from me. Charles, do you notice that Francis is breaking
Yes, yes, definitely.
All right, guys. Let me check something. I'll come back on.
it? Okay, yeah. So it's a great thing, to kickstart the conversation from here. And Charles, I mean, you followed the happenings, and I just like us to start the conversation from there. Um, you follow the happenings of Capitol Hill today. Started up with a conversation about some lawmakers who were suspended by their colleagues, and extended to the whole idea of let's say Liberians being in solidarity with them under the banner concerned citizens, and then led to an assembly of Capitol Hill. It got to a point where the police was almost overcome, and they had to use tear gas. They dispersed the protesters, and just going through the entire narrative and looking at what happened up Capitol Hill today? Is this democracy at work, Charles? We say that yes, we can beat our chest that in our lifetime we're seeing democracy um, at work. Where folks can come out and protest, or is this another bad sign or terrible sign for our country?
Nothing. Let me start by saying our country, we are people of law.
Mhm.
The law gave us the right to peacefully assemble, and in your assembling there shouldn't be any kind of violations of other people's rights. Those guys that went out today, I personally, I want to know the motive behind the peaceful march or peaceful protest. If the motive is to support those laws makers of their benefits that were cut off, or because they suspended them, and if it was because of that, then we Liberians, we should be holding ourselves responsible for a lot of things that goes on in our country. If the motive behind the protest was because of the rule of law, our people want the rule of law to take effect in our democracy, then it's something different. But from what I saw today, now saying it's almost like someone was saying, and I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and he was like, "Oh, a CDC protest." And again, if you look at it, you definitely want to also agree with him in some sense.
Why will anyone want to term this as a CDC protest? Now, but let's go back a little, Charles.
Okay.
These 7 lawmakers were suspended by their colleagues. Honorable Edward Papi Flomo, Honorable Abu Kamara, Honorable J. Marvin Cole, Alex Norman, Frank Safoko, Eugene Colley, and Alex Noah rather, and Zina Norman. 7 lawmakers suspended by their colleagues. This suspension now triggers citizens' interest. Well, the lawmakers themselves at some point said, in fact, they don't honor the suspension. They don't recognize any suspension. As far as they know, they are not suspended. But then the suspension gets to a point where it triggers the interest of the citizens. And so, on the banner, concerned citizens, they decided to march up Capitol Hill today, Charles. And I know you saw a lot of the videos coming up from Capitol Hill today, but I mean,
so they are around single, as you can see, just around single belt.
Okay, so I mean, what started up as just a suspension of a few lawmakers now extended to this.
Nothing. Our country, like I said, we are in a dark days in our country. We are in a dark days in our country, and it's sad to see people go on the street and don't understand the reason behind, you going on the street. The reason, there are some guys that are on the street today, when you ask them why you here, they will not give you a legitimate reason for their being on that street today. But again, like I said, the Constitution gave us the right, gave us Liberians the right to peacefully assemble. And assembling, it shouldn't be to the disadvantage of other people's rights. It shouldn't be the disadvantage of other people's rights. When you notice, right?
So let's start like this, Charles. Was the assembly necessary? Was the assembly prudent at this point? That lawmakers have been suspended, and then citizens get concerned and decided to assemble up Capitol Hill, giving the whole idea behind the assembly. Was it prudent or not?
Nothing. You know, the person or the people behind this protest, the planning process of the protest, that's what I said. You need to know the intent of the protest. I am not a member of those that plan the entire protest, but if I know the intent, I would definitely tell you that yes, this protest was necessary or this protest was not necessary. Is the intent to get the lawmakers then back into their office with their benefits and cancel the suspension, or was the protest in the interest of the rule of law in our country that is constantly being violated by this government? So if it was for the Constitution, then I say, okay, the protest is yes, indeed, it's important. Because the Constitution in our faces, the Constitution has been disrespected, the Constitution has been insulted upon, and so with that, definitely I personally will be in the street also. But again, the protests have intent. What was the intent behind this protest? Was it because of lawmaker? If it was because of lawmaker, you will not catch me on the street. Because at the end of the day, those guys, they are all friends. Trust me, I was watching the show. I saw Representative Alex Noah and Famule. They were cracking jokes, but they are both from minority and majority bloc. They were cracking jokes, and he was saying clearly on the show that he will call his friend, they talk, and they are good friends and this and that. So I cannot put myself within that kind of halubalu on the street with people then, and at the end of the day, the intent is just to please somebody.
I want to hold you there a bit, Charles. Let's hear from Francis. Francis, what do you make of this? The protest, was it prudent? I mean, let's look at the whole idea behind the assembly today. Is this democracy at work? I mean, giving the whole idea, what triggered the protest? 7 lawmakers from 7 electoral districts of the country are being suspended. Now, this triggers a citizen's interest. And on the banner concerned citizens, they decided to assemble at the grounds of the legislature. And then it turned out, we're going to get to the other aspect. But what do you think, Francis? Was this prudent in the first place?
I mean, first of all, Nelson, the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia provide the right for every citizen to peacefully assemble. So you can protest if you think the president cheating in a Mawa League or a Pagana League. You can protest, but you have to do it peacefully and not disturb other people. The protests happen every single day. Some people protest in a form of starvation. Some people protest in the form of, walk out from jobs and things like that. These things happen. But when you are being used, when you are using the ordinary people for your personal selfish gain, that's why I have the problem. These lawmakers, they put our brothers and sisters, moms and dads out in the street, put them in harm's way because of their selfish, self-serving, self-centered behavior on Capitol Hill. They brought our people out today. The people didn't just come out because, 7 lawmakers got suspended, so we're against what happened, let's go. Those lawmakers are the ones that brought these people out. They said, y'all come. Y'all voted for all. Y'all our people. Y'all can't protest, so we're gonna go back. But these people fail to realize. That's why Dr. Poplar on the Spoon Talk always asks any of the lawmakers, since they got elected, what legislature or what bill piece of legislation have they passed that benefits the Liberian people? There's not one. But they call the people out today, put them in harm's way because they are not getting paid. And those very same people will be hungry. These same people will not give them anything. They'll wait for election time and get a 5 hour cup of rest and say, vote for me again, so they can come by and get more money for themselves. So they use our people. And this is the reason why I get upset, because they do not want our people to be informed. They do not want our people to be educated. So they will keep
but Francis, if you say they use the people, that's something that would get some people wondering. Because those people by themselves walked from their various destinations up Capitol Hill. Now, there's one of the videos that I put up where you see the guys walking from scene.
So the police
Video.
Walk
from different locations and made their way up Capitol Hill. I mean, can we say that those people got there? They decided to get involved with this thing based on conviction, based on the fact that they want to exercise their constitutional right, the right to assemble, and so they decided to gather there. Is there any reason why anyone should think that those people were used or they were deceived by the lawmakers who are the victims in this whole Capitol building saga to get them out there?
Now, see, those people use their own 2 feet to walk over the years, but there's something called influence. They were influenced by those lawmakers. They were influenced. People are so less busy in that country because they got nothing to do, no fault to them. Because this very same lawmaker and government officials are supposed to create a conducive environment for jobs creation, for those people to get jobs and be able to take care of their family. They are not doing any of those things. They are leaving people less busy, nothing to do, so that whenever our people in Liberia is like a stack of wood with gas on it, just looking for a match to be lit on it for any cost, and they will get up. Because what? They have too much free time. You think you can come to America here and can't tell the people, oh, that go put that
and that's exactly what I was going to, Francis. That's exactly what I was going to. Now, in countries across the world, people go out to protest. People get out in the street in the name of setting, struggle or whatever, injustice, abuse, whatever the thing is not right. They go out and protest. Why in the case of Liberia would someone think that those people were used or they were deceived by the lawmakers to get them out there? Is it impossible for those people to just on their own get in solidarity with the lawmakers and decide to go out there?
Let me tell you something real quick. Mm-hmm. You talk about America protest for abuse, human rights, this, women rights, blah, blah, blah. Yes. For this country, right? We got 3 shifts here. You get work first shift, second shift, third shift. They put our protesters, they got jobs. Somebody protest when they are playing well in advance. These groups, they take off from work. They request off. Or they call out of work, they go protest, but they know that their paycheck coming every 2 weeks on time, hitting that direct deposit in their account, that you ain't missing no meal, they are missing their bills and stuff like that. But our people in Liberia, they don't have anything to do. Most of them just hustle here no more. They get it today, they wake up today, wherever fall on a plate, that what they will eat. They don't have nothing to look forward to the next day. When they go to bed, sometimes hungry, and they wake up the next day with no plan. I wake up, I'm sitting here right now, Nelson. I already know what I'm planning to do tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. Our people in Liberia, unfortunately, they have no plan for the next day other than how am I going to eat? That is bad. And these people, these legal criminals in our country, they are doing it intentionally. These people are not clueless. These people travel around the world. They see developed countries and they see other countries that Liberia was ahead of years ahead of back in the day. They see these countries have passed Liberia, light years ahead of Liberia. But you know what? Why development can come? Because they know that when they develop something, the next administration that will come, they'll say, oh, that person will steal the money that's all go to the team. So why should they say, let me use it for myself? Then when the next government comes, the next government will do it. And with that mindset, our country will not be developed, and they'll always have these less basic people in Liberia that's willing to just follow anybody that will say, I was there and South, they be running coming. And now their children will be in Ghana, in America, or in Liberia attending the $7,000 United States a year, getting better education in Liberia. And then they will rule the people rather than doing South for them for generations to come. That is evil. But our people cannot see because they are blinded right now with poverty.
That's
Poverty
it.
is our people.
Thank you. I'm
That's
gonna.
something, that's something I don't want us to mix here, right?
Yeah.
Because our people.
I'm going to come to you shortly, Charles.
Okay.
I want us to welcome the rest of the folks in the background. I see Emmy, our co-host, is here. Emmy, welcome to the show. It's good to have you on. I think you have a gadget on because I'm hearing myself. Yes. And let me welcome. You don't have a gadget on?
No.
Okay, so let me also welcome our brother Family. Okay, yeah. So I think I should mute you in the meantime, and then. But let me welcome Family. Family, welcome. It's good to have you on. It's been a long time. It's good to have you joining us. Let me also welcome our brother Dr. J City. Thanks for joining us as well. So it's good. It's good to have all of you on tonight, and I think we're gonna continue the conversation from where we stopped. But Charles, you were trying to make a point, so I think you can come in, and then we'll go around the table.
Yeah. So what I was actually trying to say is that our people shouldn't mix the issue about removing Speaker Kofa and protest. They shouldn't mix the two. Protest, what I think is that the protest was in the interest of those lawmakers that took our Liberian brothers, sisters, mothers, and father on the street, and in their interest, for their interest, and after their interest. That get this clear. It's not one lawmaker that was on our street today, child on our street. Not a single one of them. Some of them, maybe their children are even in Liberia, the other the country. But imagine an old lady today was hit, I don't know by what or whatever, and police have to be giving her water to drink. She had no business going there because those people keep using our parents, keep using our brothers and sisters for their interest. Today, tomorrow, if these guys don't go back there, you think they would look at that old lady that was hit today? They will not look
Thank
at
you.
her.
I want to hold you there. Let's hold you there a bit, and bring Emmy in. Emmy, your take on this whole protest thing. Do you think we saw democracy at work today? The folks going out there, was it prudent? Was the protest necessary in the first place? Can we say that they succeeded in exercising their constitutional rights? Yeah,
Thank you, Nelson. I don't want to say talk about whether it were prudent for them to go out there because I think Charles and friends of mine had talked about it. Like the Constitution gave them the right to do that, to protest, and there's nothing wrong with it. to protest. If you see a lawmaker wearing a shoe on his left when it's supposed to be on your right foot, you feel that you want to protest for it, go for it, right? As long as you do it peacefully, that's all that matters. And the only thing I have problem with is the whole thing about people calling protester in like peaceful protester, and then they see people doing violent stuff, throwing rocks and fighting the police, and still call it peaceful protest, peaceful protest. That's the part I have a problem with. But not people gathering, in a peaceful form and manner to protest whatever they believe in for what all they feel that was happening, and they try to protest for it. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just the way in which they do it. I think that's the way to get a point across for violence. That's the only thing in Liberia that I have a problem with. And then when people see these things, when police going after them, then they call them peaceful protester. No, you will not come after a police. You be protesting and be violent with the police, and you expect the police to stand there. And their life should be, like their mattresses, or they don't have blood running through their veins. They're supposed to stand there and allow you to be violent and not do anything. And once they do that, they want a peaceful protester. No, those want peaceful protest, whatever. Anybody that go out there and go stop acting erratically and throwing rocks and doing all sort of stuff to harm other people, especially the police that telling them, stop or do this. You can complain about that later. We can talk about what it is, or was it right for the police to tell you to stop this and stop that, but you cannot go and stop being the other way. And then when you get the opposite reaction, you say, you're a peaceful protester. No.
Okay.
That's the only thing I have a problem. But people standing to push that, nothing wrong with that.
Okay, so we're gonna come back to you. I mean, but let's take Fambole. Fambole, let's say your take on this issue. It's good to have you on.
All right, thank you, Mercy. Am I coming in right?
Yeah, you're coming clear.
All right, thank you very much. Hi guys. It's been a while, been busy out here, so we've been having one or two things working at the back. But today, I've been following as always, and we have said this over and over and again. People always think that the police protesting is very good, it's democratic, it's your right. Nobody gonna take that from you, because all around the world people protest. But the manner and form in which you go about doing that, because where your right ends, someone else's begins. And this is the thing that happened in Liberia. The opposition, most opposition always see the police as a target. This was the same police from previous regime. And they always say government is continuity. And many of those officers, they are family members. Many of them. You can't go for a protest and they tell you pass this way in an orderly manner, and you say no. What you want to do, or what you have already pre-planned that you want to do, that's what you want to do. So that's why many people look at the whole protest. They say, hey, look, this was not an organized protest. This was something that was just put together so that other people can get something out of it. But God be God, that country, Liberia, is a strong country. No matter what happened, nothing should push anybody to resort to violence. We do not support the police using excessive force. We condemn that with the stronger term. But in as much as we are telling the police not to use excessive force, those protesters too should also tread with caution. Because other people, innocent people, were passing today. There were no need for even the tear gases if the protesters have worked according to the way they said, the way they pointed out that the protests were going to be. If they have worked in clear term and just carry all your message, carry your petition, simple, it will be okay. But if you go with rocks, today I was surprised and I saw some of the video people carrying rocks. What protests get to do with rocks? There's no relationship with protests and rocks. So if you have people having bags on their back with rocks inside and other people passing around, going directly in the faces of the police and saying some strong and bad words, I mean, the country is not going anywhere, Nelson. It's so sad that, in all of these people you're seeing, they're all young people. There's not all people of the second generation. They are not all people of all old generation. No, these were all young people of our ages. The only thing that they meditate on every day is to cause chaos. And everything, we're not going to fight anymore. We said, let us put aside the fighting. If there's anything, let us discuss it. Let intellectual last. Even sometimes this time intellectualism now is somebody coming with the men who having the more powerful force behind wins the debates. That's not how it should be.
Thank you.
It's a country of law and order. So if we say we love Liberia and we are patriotic, we should not do anything to harm the country. Because when that country go upside down, nowhere else we get to go.
Thank you. I want to hold you there a bit, Fambolet. Let's have our brother, Dr. Sadie, to come in. Go ahead. You're live. Let's hear you. Your take on this issue. I want to play a video here, but let me get the video coming in before bringing you on. This is the former superintendent of Grand Bassa County, John J. Vakbe, here in this video.
And Topa and the team and leadership for immediate release December 17, 2024. Concerned citizen for the protection of our constitution, democracy, rule of law, condemn the Bouaka administration, brutal attack on peaceful protesters. Demand the unconditional release of citizens unlawfully arrested and brutalized by Bouaka police. Announces the Bouaka Kun Step Down campaign calls on Liberians and all opposition political parties to join the fight to end the Unity Party nightmare. Fellow countrymen of this struggling republic.
Okay, so this is the former superintendent of Grand Bassa County, John J. Vakbe. But let's hear your take on this, and then we're gonna go around the table on this one.
So, are you hearing me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So, thank you for having me on the show today for the first time, Nelson. I'm Jeremiah. I'm Dr. today, by the way. Then be my brother Nelson to join you guys sometimes in your conversation. But been busy as well. Sometimes he send me the link. I'm not available because normally I return is when I'm working. But just to contribute my quarter to the discussion here is that the optic of the entire demonstration, the aim and objective of the protest is what make the protest was a few protest. Because the legislature and the guys who in the minority black, they want to paint the government in a special way to the international community. And to do that, they have to come up with all kind of optics. Like the guy you talk, the former superintendent there. What I've seen there is that cool he put on the clothes. But the real blood not going to look like that, right? But you want the international community to be convinced that the government tear gas them. But in actuality, I followed the process and I saw that the police were very responsible in dispersing the protest and getting the protester apprehended. Now, it is good for us to establish that even though the protest is democratic, jump in the crowd to cause their own chaos.
Okay. You mean people who are not originally part of the protest will join the group to cause chaos, or?
Yeah, some people, okay, it's like this. Some people will be part of the group, but they have their own intention, their own motive. And some people will join the crowd to cause their own problem. Because that last crowd cannot be controlled easily by those that are leading the protest. But this is the sad reality of our country, right? Every day in Liberia, you see people protesting. Every little thing. People do not really channel their grievance through intellectual means. like my brother was saying, or in diplomatic means. Everybody always want to protest on the little things that can be dealt with professionally. And I don't want to support the protest because the lawmakers, if there were no problem, they will not come to the people to say, let's go protest. When these guys are getting their paycheck every month for 15K, the gas rate, they don't go to the constituent. Before I read, there was a time when this whole saga was fanatic over the minority and the minority black. I had a podcast I said on my Facebook. I'm like, how many of these guys visit the constituent to have town hall meeting to say, there's a constitutional issue that we are facing, there's a constitutional clash, and here's the approach. How many of them went back to the constituent to ask the constituent to hold a town hall meeting to say, look, this is my position, and you as the people, what's your position? But every time when they feel their attempts, their desire to amass wealth feel in the House of Representatives, then they run back to the common people and say, let's go and protest. So the citizens suffer at the end of the day. You don't see focus yet, you don't see anybody being wounded here today. The people who were apprehended were so common people from the district. So the protest was a fake protest because they didn't have a proper intent.
Thank you.
Let me say you talked about the minority black, just to just expand a little bit. And for Najib Koba, who you think is a victim of the entire crisis, because at the end of the day, he didn't come to the protest, he didn't come to protest. Only a few of them went. Melvin Coe and other guys who think they were in a minority. And before I learn, let me tell you something. Yesterday I was talk. I saw Representative Foley and Noah laughing. Two of them on opposite side, they're making jokes, they're cracking jokes. They take the Labrampo to be very stupid. So we as people have to be very strong. We want to develop our country. We cannot follow these lawmakers because they know they're playing games out of the people.
Well, thanks a lot. I want us to go back to that video that I just played, and then we can also weigh in our thoughts on the response from the Inspector General of the Liberia National Police. I want to play just a portion of the engagement he had today, the press conference following the protest.
Commitment to the protection of the rights of citizens. I re-echo the fact that the Constitution provides for the right to assemble, and that's a primary right that we do respect and honor. True to our word, we provided the necessary coverage today for those who, even though it was somehow unlawful, they peacefully gathered and decided to march on the new road. As long as they were peaceful, we maintain that support and our commitment to protecting their rights and enhancing democracy. The police, for all of the different ongoings, have set up no protest zones, and it was made clear today by barricades that were set up and lawful instructions were given to those who had marched onto that particular point. The police guided them, protected their rights. When the barricade was broken and all verbal command failed, that was when there was an escalation. And that escalation was only with the use of non-lethal approach. I made it clear to you all today that at no point in time did we use live rounds. We even made vehicles available for you to go to the hospitals, mortuary, and also called all of our officers in different areas of command to check all of the clinics. To date, we have not established anyone injured as a result of gunfire or anyone in any mortuary as a result of that. Knowing how things are, we deployed multiple layers of accountability to guide this planned action. And
so there you have it. The Inspector General of the Liberia National Police, Colonel Gregory Coleman. Francis, you want to take on from here, and then we'll go to Charles, and Emmy will be next.
Yeah, it's like recording every time that.
Francis, hold on a sec. Which are the order our nursing you going with? You say Francis go up, Charles, and then Emmy. Then where? How you going to come back?
When Nelson call, I need you to speak. So just wait.
All right, no problem, Francis. Go ahead.
But anyway, so like the Inspector General said, yeah, everybody have the right to protest, and they're supposed to be able to protect the protester too. But equally so, the police will also be there to protect the population against violent protesters. So why it's true that there were some peaceful protesters, but there were violent protesters too. And most people talking about the police were heavy-handed today with the protesters. One, when the police come to respond, if you punch somebody one time, the police doesn't have to punch you back one time. Police can punch you, bite you, kick you, and everything. Their force has to be heavier than your force. So don't say, oh, because the person jail kick, so the police always jail kick if they wanted to pay that. No, police don't pay that. Police come to subdue you if you are violent. So there's no equal reaction. But one thing that came to mind about that video of the guy sitting and speaking, I think Nelson said he is a former superintendent for which county? Grand Bassa County.
Grand Bassa.
Thank you, Charles. You know, I was speaking with my brother one day, and here I was talking about the lack of leadership in our country. And the reason for that. We were talking, said, you see, in a developed world, the leaders, those that run for president, especially most of the people that run for president in the United States, they are governors from various states, right? Because the country look at how that governor is running his or her state and say, oh, you know what? If we elect this person, the person can bring whatever he or she is doing in their state to the national level. Liberia doesn't do that. Every president that comes, they appoint superintendents who are not doing any work for the people in that county. Because when you shut your mouth, your job is guaranteed for 6 years. So superintendents are the ones that are supposed to be running for president in the country because of their performance in their county. Then people will say, oh, you know what? I let them developing Lofa County, I let the woman developing Grand Bassa County, so let's vote for her to be president so that she can develop the whole country like that. But you will never see that. And also the superintendent to the people that are run for superintendent are the people that are city mayors in those various counties. Because what you do in your city, people want you to carry over to the county. But you see, our people are so wicked. They will never go back to when they used to elect city mayors. They will never go back when they used to elect superintendents. Because they know when the people have the power, the government becomes irrelevant. Because if you mess around, we'll change you in the next election. So these city mayors, they don't care. These superintendents, they don't care if the president is doing well for their county or not. They will just sit down there and put their hands between their legs because they're getting paid. They do not have to be qualified. They do not have to have any agenda, any plan for their counties. So long the president got their back. And that's why the country can develop. Because when President Where came in, everybody that working in any government as superintendent, city mayor, he replaced all of their own people there. President Bagatu came in, everybody that working judge where administration as superintendent, city mayor, he replaced all the. They don't care even if those people are competent or they are doing good job. They say no, I gotta get job to my people too. So the way I get job to my people is to move everybody and put my own people. That's what suffering our people. So the protests or these things, all this stuff that going on, all the yama thing, until the power is given back to the Liberian people, none of these things will change. The Liberian people do have the power. Representative can get 100,000, senator 150,000. They say county development, let this all be developing county. They use that money to go and campaign in the counties. Superintendent has been running the county. Now they ain't got no power. The representative got more power than the superintendents in their own county. So Liberia is a banana republic. We're sorry for our people that are trying to make ends meet in our country. But I also disappointed that we thought President Braga going to kind of put same people Gary and just destroy this corrupt foundation and set up a new one for the next president to come and build upon it. But you can see that he's not capable of doing that. Because they see incompetent, corrupt people from the past regime. he brought in the city like Rahim. Greedy people. Rogues.
Thank you, Francis.
He bring it and put it at Rahim. So like, bro, I want to be like that.
Francis, I think you said it. There are just few things that for me I want to say, right? The issue about Liberia right now lies within our constitution. Liberia constitution is the problem. The problem of our country is with the constitution. The constitution gives too much power to that one building they call capital building. Too much power, representatives and senators. Until we can reform, until we can go back to the drawing board and work on that constitution, trust me, we'll find it difficult in our society. We'll find it very difficult. And like you said, the president had the same people from past government. No. This president was talking about criminals in past government. So we had a clique of criminals around him that was enriching themselves overnight. And we all were talking about, hey, we needed change in our society. We needed change. We needed good laws, good leadership for our country to move forward. We put all of our hope and all of our eggs in the United Party, voted them. Today, you have new criminals, not the old criminals. Those people that are around Jawia, you don't have them around Joseph Boakai today. And whosoever of those people that are advancing him, the way things are proceeding in our country is completely wrong. And because it's wrong, we are trying on the same path like past government, that's what make the society is damaged. And that's what make we need to go back to the constitution to look at it. Because the framemaker of the constitution we use today, they were not thinking about generation to come. They created a constitution of a kind of handful of society they thought about that time. And they made the constitution, they prepared this constitution. And today that the constitution is killing us. The constitution is killing us. The constitution is giving these guys the right to decide what they take home as pay. The constitution gave them the right to argue. Even when the president, they get a bill or they get a law, the president said this law, they have the right to say no. They have the right when the president appoints to call that person to confirmation hearing, and if they say yes or they say no, that's it. And at the end of the day, that's the same path. Our country will keep going that same way. We keep going that same way, and things are not going anywhere. Things are not changing.
Thank you, George.
Excuse me.
Oh, I was saying thank you.
All right. To conclude, we need to visit our constitution. We need to visit our constitution. The constitution is our problem. Liberia problem is the constitution. It gives too much power to the one building called capital building, lawmakers. Too much power. And that's the wrong group of people that the constitution gives power to, because they are all corrupt. They are all corrupt. Thank you, Ami.
Go ahead, Famila. I know you're protesting right now, so yeah.
No, I was not. I was just following. Okay. So I listened to all of the guys, and they all spoke well. And I only want to say that one thing, there are a few things I think Liberians still need to put in place. If there's this thing we have to do with education, let's say educating our people about what it means to know your power that you have. I think the Liberian people just don't know the power that they have. So what I'm trying to say is that why we are, as a country manner person, be told to assemble for a protest, and the person who is telling me to assemble for a protest, I'm the same person who hired them. I hire you, but when the things go wrong, you're calling me to go back in front to go do what there, and you said whom? So we don't know our power. That's the thing. We don't know ourselves. That's the problem. So we have to go back and teach national identity in school. Take them back to the classroom, teach them what it means to be patriotic. Imagine people will take spoon and throw on government vehicles. They see when the government take money again and say, oh, going back, because they, oh, taking money, going back car. Who sport a car? During the protest, you did it. So you got the power, but you're abusing your own power. And then we look at a superintendent sitting and making a press statement. If I said when I saw the guy from his presentation with the cool A all on him, and I don't know whether it was symbolic because the first picture, there were multiple pictures that show up today. So I was just trying to do a collage to see how they managed to come up with those pictures and things. Nobody will have that kind of a trauma on their head, and you sit and read a phone for a press conference. You will be in an emergency.
That's what I said.
You will be in an emergency with that kind of a blood pulling down from your. How many blood do you have in circulation? And then the worst part of it, and the young people said. That's the thing I keep saying. I said, we the young people, we the one that don't know what we really want. Because at the end of the day, like my own good friend Ben Tugba, who in Labrador does not even know Ben Tugba. Ben Tugba never go on the kind of a spree when somebody tip them and get in something. For Ben to go say President Bouaka is a violent person. I mean, Gregory Cuomo. You listen to the IG is educated. He was trained by this government. You know what it means. That's the thing. People don't. That's the main thing I'm making it verse, because people with foreign knowledge have come back to help the country, and some of them who are there, they created that same situation for themselves because
It's not still helping.
it's not still happening. They still doing the same thing. So they get angry for no reason, and somebody saying in the short period of time you want to bring the president down. You see, the former superintendent. You saw what he said in that. That was all things that can bring problem in the country. You can't say that. You are a former state man. You see that? You don't say that. And you say that to young people. And many of the young people, some of them will not understand it. They will not understand it. And somebody will just wake up and go stand on the road and go say, oh, I'm going to protest. Why will you go protest for? What the main reason? If I said today, all the journalists were asking some other people, why are you on the street? Some of them never. It was so disappointing that many of them never knew what exactly they went over there for.
Intent.
Nobody knew. Because if somebody will tell me in my own referral mind that you will tell me to go assemble, and you already know the history of protests in our country. You already know. You're not a stranger to that. And you still go there, knowing fully well that there's going to be something else coming. And then
Thanks a lot, Fambola. Thanks a lot, Fambola. It's like you guys are.
Who talking so that the girls are what? You can see the men they're talking from beyond.
Emmy is like those guys.
Emmy, I think it over because the girls already spoke. I'm like, they said they heady hand. Are you the shadow hand or what?
I mean, can I speak now? I know that you're the moderator or what.
You unmute, Ami. You muted.
No.
Are you the moderator?
I see you protesting on me. Go ahead, speak.
Okay, so I concur with my comrade in studio. Actually, when people protest, is to send a message to the government In other parts of the world, people protest on significant things that impact their life. In Liberia, protest is it's just part of our culture. And I think the Joint Security did extremely well today. They managed the entire protest very well. I even saw at some point an older woman was given water, and it tells you that there's some significant improvement. Like, no, we Liberians sometimes we have to be honest to ourselves. The way we mess that country up, nobody going to come and face that country in 6 months and 1 year. Realistically, Liberia, every fabric of our society is demoralized. We have to face the reality. The education sector is down, economic is bad. The perception of people going into governance and leadership is to steal and enrich himself. Tell me, let's analyze post-war governance. How many people went into government and didn't get rich? What do you think a lot of people fought politically to align themselves with the ruling party or the party that are going to win the elections to get jobs? What do you think that? That's because that's the easiest way to get corrupt. And impunity in our society is just something common. Somebody steal, they resign, and that's it. And that's the reason why these political actors, they know how to play the game. They understand the game, and they use the common people. But something I saw from Liberian though, the CDCs of 2005, the CDC of 2011, when they participate in the protests, the numbers are very, very high. The people that show up, Liberians are getting tired demonstrating. Liberians are reverting into the ideology that, like, when I put you there, you messed up, in 6 years we replace you. We're now bringing you back. They sent that signal during the CDC-led government the last 6 years. They gave them the message. We put you guys there, squander the resources of the country. You mess our economy up. You violate the laws. You can't want extra judicial security. We waited for 6 years. We bear patient. We bear the sovereign. We replace you. They're doing the same thing to the Joseph Boakai-led government. Nobody going to stage protests that the people going to come out in the street like before, like how people used to really be jubilant about those things. And if citizens were smart, they would change the mantra of politics. Those militant politics is going out of the way. You have to be professional. So that's the struggle right now the people are having, is that people are noticing that politicians have been using it over a period of time. They are exhausted. So they bear patient, they go to the body bags and they remove you. So that's a very good thing. And the protest today failed because one of the reasons I think they feel is that the intent of the guy was not clear to the people. Because you can be on Capitol Hill, you're preaching the rule of law. Trust me, I am 100% against the removal of Onati Kofa. One of the reasons is that you're a certain leader. President Boakai has 42 plus years of experience before becoming president of the country. He should be able to negotiate across and well with an opposition speaker.
20 seconds.
Next thing, all the people spoke more than 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, we're trying to wrap up now. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will rest here. With the experience you get, you can be very strategic in removing an opposition speaker than the way they did it. They did it in a messy way. They were not really strategic. All of the steps they took, that is glaring. You can support.
But you think it contributed to the protest today? You think that whole removal thing has some link with the protest today?
Yes, because what is the reason Foko and Yekese were taking people from our district were going to work today? If the illegitimate removal of Onati Kofa has now occurred, they will now go and tell the people to let walk to the capital, take me to work. So it's part of it. It's just that they were not strategic about it. That's all.
So where were Yege and Foko? Where they in?
Thanks a lot. Sandy, you want to weigh in your thoughts quickly, just before we wind down? Emmy, have you spoken on this issue?
I mean, sending late for class, man. You don't bring somebody who's late for class and raise song. You ever see somebody go to church?
Emmy,
late
have you
and raise song?
spoken?
Let's then you go ahead.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Nelson, and good evening to all of you. Thank you for allowing me the time to just share my 1 cent on this. I think a lot of you have already said that the issue of protest in any given democracy is not a bad thing. That's how the people express themselves when they are dissatisfied with the functions of their government. However, the process and the manner in which protest should be done, or the way it is done in Liberia, is really what concerns all of us. What we saw today, I would say they had a good intent, no matter who were behind it. The intent was that they are dissatisfied with how the rule of law is being abused in Liberia. How Funati Kofad is being removed or has been removed as Speaker of the House of Legislature. I am against the removal of Speaker Funati Kofad. But I agree also with most of the speakers here that the organizers of the protest, or the manner in which the protest took place today, was wrong. It didn't send any good image out there. And that's one thing we must all be concerned about. Especially folks back home that just jumping on the street, being paid or being told to jump on the street, and they just jump there and they become very violent, they become very chaotic, and they start to damage properties or hurt other people. What that does is that it sends bad signal out. It tells people that your country is not a safe place to play. And therefore, people don't want to come around. Investors run away from you. They go to a neighboring country and you start to see other countries around you doing well. Then you wonder why your country is not doing well. It's because you scared them away. One thing that was also talked about today on Spoon Talk that I want to come here and talk about also disagree strongly with Stanton and folks that were supporting that the president, or that were saying the president shouldn't have gone today to sign the book of condolences. I thought that was wrong. The president went there to respect a falling servant, a falling former vice president of the Republic of Liberia, a former senator of the Republic. You cannot disrespect the family. You cannot disrespect the person by saying, oh, I'm not going to show up because Liberians decide to protest today. That's not right. The president had the duty to go over there and respect that fallen hero in the family. So for folks that are against the president going there today to sign the book, I thought they were misplaced. I thought they were wrong. I saw Stanton and others beating their chest today. The president is wrong for going over there. There's protests over there. His president intensified the situation. Well, the protester also knew that today the president was going over there. It was also announced. I don't know the formality, but if the family of that man who passed, the former vice president of your country, say, Mr. President, please come today. We need to honor this guy. We need to bury him. And the president refused to go there. That will have signaled a wrong image. Also from the president's side, I mean, he don't respect those that have served our country. So protest is not a bad thing, but we must do it in a way that we won't fear people or scare people from coming to Liberia. We must do it in a way that we will not hurt one another. We must do it in a way that we will not destroy the image of our country. At the end of the day, there is only one Liberia that we all belong to. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandy. Thanks a lot. Francis, you want to make a quick point?
Yeah, I just want to disagree with my brother Sandy a little bit, about the whole president going to the Capitol. One, brother Sandy, I will tell you, based on the president get information every minute, every second. I hope he's getting it. So at the point today that what police were being sent to the hospital, I even saw a video where they were talking about all the police got disarmed. So who knows? There's a live weapon somewhere in the street of Monrovia over there that we don't know the whereabouts. I don't know how true it is, but it was on one of the live feed saying they took disarm a police officer. So when the country is in chaos, the protests around the Capitol, signing a condolence book is not pressing to making sure there's calm and stability in the country, because the president's presence alone in that area, leaving from his residence or from the executive mansion going over there, you have to clear protesters. Even if protesters are not in that vicinity, the police have to be now more aggressive and vigilant to create a barricade that nobody will get to that area. So if he was not, it was not too necessary. It was not necessary for him to go there. So I want to tell you, yeah, they were right for saying that he exacerbated the situation, put more flame on it, because the police have to make sure, the EPS have to make sure his safety, the safety of the president is paramount. So they have to do everything they could. So it intensified the situation. So yeah, I mean, it was not necessary. You didn't necessarily have to go ahead and sign our book today. Even if it was planned before the protest. I know both people say it was planned before today. Protesters want to protest the protest. Even if it was like an impromptu protest, you still the president of the country. This life and property, protecting life and property is the primary concern. So yeah, he should not go over there today.
Okay, Emmy, you want to weigh in your thoughts as we just do the closing? Just go around and do the closing.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. I don't want to go back with it back and forth with I agree and I disagree and all of that. But I would agree with Sandy. I don't think it was anything that the president did wrong. It was, I mean, protesters are everywhere every day. Should we cancel our daily lives because of that? We can't do that. And if it was already planned, like you said, these people are waiting. They already sent for him to do that. And it was nothing. I don't think it had anything to do with his safety today. If that was the case, they would have canceled. I don't think it was that. And I think the place were already almost clear before he even went there. So I don't see where it intensified anything that it shouldn't have been so or stuff like that. So I for one don't think that it was anything wrong that he did. But yeah, protest and all of that. We like most of y'all already said that we lawmakers, when they're sitting on that hill, whatever hill that is, and they're getting everything they're getting, they don't think about the people to do that. If these people are gonna wake up by themselves and go up there and say, "Oh, we tired and doing this," that was gonna be something totally different. But we had lawmakers taking these people up there. It was not a protest that people were citizens were angry about the way Funati were removed or is being removed, and they want to go and voice their opinion or their dissatisfaction or whatever. No, that wasn't the case. These were lawmakers going, as usual, putting people behind them to go cause problems because they want to show their strength. But at the end of the day, when the problem comes, guess what? They leave these people and get put in a little Jeep and run away. Or they get out of there and go sit on an air conditioner or whatever. And look, like somebody talked about that older lady today that was being affected by the tear gas, because I'm pretty sure that's what was affecting her. She's an older person, and that is something inhaling stuff like that, and it bothers. I think it was bothering her lungs or whatever it was doing to her. Thank God that nothing happened to her, but she could have died today, right? And I was gonna be police did. Yeah, police was to disperse a crowd with a tear gas. Hello, if you're not being peaceful, that is what they do. Okay, it was nothing like police brutality or whatever. They were being peaceful and they come in and police just start going boof 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 boof. No, that's not what happened. So people that always saying stuff like that and calling it peaceful protester, y'all need to really go and check out your definition of peaceful. I don't care where it comes from. I don't care who it is. If my sister or my mom or my who go up there, you want to go protest about something that you disagree with, fine. But as long as you're taking rocks and pushing and running into the police, sweetheart, I don't care where you are. Even in America, you will feed a whip. anywhere in the world, no police, no law enforcement officer will stand somewhere and you do that all you say, oh, because I'm a lawmaker or I'm a this. Here in the United States, you can be the vice president or the president. So you do something like that, you will get it. Okay? It's only in Liberia that when stuff like that happen, they expect for the police to stand and get hurt because they don't have blood running through their veins. They don't have family at home. They don't have their own children to go to. That they should stand and let these people to hurt them and get away with it. No. We should start supporting things like we should support protests. We should even get up and we feel like the government is doing stuff that is not good for our country. If we can do it, we should get up and do it. But we should start supporting the in a way the form and manners in which they're doing it. No, it's not good for your country. It's not good for innocent people going by their daily lives. They're getting affected by stuff like that because when tear gas is being thrown, they're not looking for who protesting. Whoever's that around there, you will get some. That's what's going on, and it's bad for everybody. And I think we need to really, these lawmakers or whoever, the so-called people that are on the side of the law, they need to, or whoever else, you want to take people out there to protest, you need to really think about what you're doing and organize a peaceful protest and go out there and let people let our voices be heard, not the other way around. And these people get hurt. You say you want to blame government or Bwaga police, the Bwaga regime, not the police officer and something, but Bwaga this, Bwaga that, everything that Bwaga, everything that, that's fine. He's the president. Cry on him, call his name, whatever you want. But you have to be on the right side before you do stuff like that. Thank you.
Thank you. I think we can do our closing now because we're out of time. So we can just go around the table. Charles, Francis, Fambole. Yeah, just in that order. And Emmy would be the last one.
Yeah, again, thank you, Nelson. It was a wonderful show. We all come here, take off our time to come and talk Liberia. And again, I just went a little bit deeper on my brother Cindy. He talked about the intent. And I said in my opening that the intent of this protest, I personally don't think it was in the interest of the country, it was in the interest of the rule of law. We all talk about people violating the Constitution, and this protest was not in no way promoting us doing things in accordance with the law or the Constitution. I think this protest was clearly in the interest of those representatives that feel that their benefits was taken from them and they were suspended, and they went back to their constituents, talked to people, and they found themselves on the street. Again, the issue about the president going that way today, again, I want to join my brother Francis to say yes, indeed, it actually exacerbated the entire situation. And the president had days. Today is not just the only day to sound bowl of condolence. And looking at the interest of the country, looking at the people that you lead, they are on the street, they are protesting. Looking at your personal security, those are things that the president should have considered before making that decision. His going that path today actually increased the situation. And again, I'm not saying in any way that the police didn't do well. The police did extremely well today. The police tried their best to put this situation under control. But again, when I heard Representative Foko on the radio yesterday, the protest will be peaceful as possible. It will be 100% peaceful and it will remain peaceful. That just made my mind that there was an intent in their interest behind the protest. Because the protesters, look, the thing is clear. Police tell you follow this way. Why can't you follow this way? Why are you arguing? Why are you in the fact that they give you the opportunity to protest your grief or your issues? It was just fair enough to follow the leading of the police.
20 seconds. 20
Follow the
seconds.
leading of the joint security, basically. By the end of the day, people started taking rock. There's nowhere in the world I see peaceful protests turn to rock protest. There's nowhere. And so with that, I want to say to our people, those of you that got hurt today, we are sorry. Yeah, I personally, I'm very sorry. And we're not praising the police for being violent to that extent, but we are sorry. Before going on the street, you should know what you go on the street for. The intent behind these processes, you have to know. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Francis, just take 1 minute, Francis, and then let's do the 1 minute across the table.
Yeah, folks, our problem in Liberia is the lack of education, the lack of information. Our people are blinded intentionally. Our people are subdued. Our people are enslaved intentionally so that they can depend on these legal criminals that have all the money to take care of them. As a result of that, they cannot think for themselves. Because you cannot come here and tell me, for instance, get in the street and go protest. I want to be senator or state council for Magnolia, so go protest. No. My son's sleeping. I'm waiting for the next morning to tell him I'm going to do my hustle to take care of my family. Because I have a job that I have to go to that enable me to take care of my family. But the intentionally enslaving our people in Liberia with no opportunity for jobs, so that the people are just less busy. When they say, oh, can I go protest? The people come. Election coming, yeah, 5 o'clock real, vote for me. I will do this. But people, any Johnson town, you're still seeing the country, no road to southeast. The road is not even built. When they chose small ass for you, say the point build road. George Weah, anyone that 12 years, your life didn't change. George Weah says their life didn't change. President Braga here now, almost 1 year. We hope things can change, because when things change for the better, our people will benefit. But so far, we're not seeing nothing. Our brother Charles said, not old criminal, I mean new criminal or whatever. The people from Eddington, the criminal from Eddington, the point he brought to here now. You see, so that they still recycle criminal there. How do they recycle the criminal there? Go to recycle being bring them back. No new politician in Liberia, no new government official in Liberia. See, that's the problem. And the people that all lead the country tomorrow, they're not going to school today. They talk about free education, no chair. Free education, the people that all teach your children, educate them, they're not getting paid. So how you say free education? How you say the people should go to school and today university can't open? So who graduated to be our next engineer? Who graduated to be the next lawyer, the next doctors? Our country is doomed because these people, look at the budget. How about they put for education? How about they put for agriculture? How about they put for security? The people in the county there, no police there. So everybody put for themselves, God for all. Liberia is so small. Our resources so vast. But a small handful of rogue. The 3 branches of government, the head of the 3 branches of government, all of them are rogue. How can you tell yourself, the people can hypnotize, the people actually believe that they deserve the money that they get paid. They deserve the benefit that they get paid in Liberia. They think they are actually doing a good job. From the president to the executive, legislature, and the judiciary, all of them, they get paid more than the people in America. The people you can't pay for money, you get paid more than them. Make that make sense. Other country, they will cut salary first. They still like save money at home before we go big abroad. But no, Liberia say, let enrich ourselves, put the money in our pocket. Then we'll go big and the people from abroad so they can daft us. You know, you go to the market, go buy. You say, oh my, daft me now. You buy fuck already, daft me. So they steal the Liberia money. Then they come to the Western world and say, give us the more money as that. They're doing nothing for our people. All of them are raw. The people are evil people. They not care. They don't care about nobody like bro. That one mean everyone will be government official. Nobody will build factory.
Thank you, Francis. Nothing is here. Let's do it.
Difference, man. Difference, man.
Thank you, Francis. Yeah,
Look, Francis, the thing can be on in Corel. Why you can't stick to the time? You're talking until you jump in. Everybody on a little thing they get to say. You want to say everybody. You want someone rap for everybody. All right. Yeah, man. But the problem in like, bro, is something that we're gonna say on here every night for the next 20 years of our life. It's just gonna be the same thing.
You will be here for 20 years.
If we can stay there for the next 20 years of our life, we will still be the same. Because the problem there is that this thing, everyone said the same thing. It's almost the old wine in new bottle. Like beer can only get better if people are educated and people are patriotic. They know and you know what are those things. This country, imagine I was telling my friends, I say, even the street light, we don't have police sitting again to the street light to the street light to run behind you. When you cross the red light, that small camera will get record your lesson plate and send your stuff to you in the mail. Who can run behind you? So people know that even if at 2 o'clock in the morning, when the light is red, you stop. But like bro, once the loso put in here, let me go, man. People have too many entitlement in our country there. Imagine now, you see the fight is at the Capitol. Ask the lawmakers who are fighting now for their salary. Ask them which of the law they have enacted this year. One bill, just ask them. Saying you're fighting now for your entitlement. Tell the Liberian people, go back to your constituent and tell them, say that the bill are pushed this time here. That they 11 or 15,000 they pay me. This is the justification. Nothing. But in the end, they will keep that same money that we pay them where they come back and give our people chicken change to put them back there. So we just got to wake up and educate our people that they have more power. Let's keep telling them that you have the power. And the power is inherent in the people. But because of the terminology that is being used, that inherent, that isn't people that you understand. The people are not educated. So they say the power is inherent in the people. They don't know what it means to have power. Yeah. So they say you get power, my people. The power is in your hand, yeah. Now nobody gave you that power. That power comes from God. So that you don't want that from God to man. That the power to come from God to man. Now you get the power. Now human being gave you that power. That God gave you that power.
Thank
so
you.
That power you get, like you don't want can say, my man sit down here. The person will say that. So when somebody can say, oh, I'm representing you, I get 3 kind of responsibility. And you go ask them for that 3 kind of responsibility, they ain't doing nothing. So now the person who's saying, oh, they holding my benefit. You representing? Are you representing? No, you're fighting the police over there. The videos are all on the internet. You are not peaceful. You're fighting the police. Are you doing oversight? No, you're not oversighting anything. The first thing, there's a representative who goes in our house there and just disrupt session, and the only thing he wants for them to escort him out. That man will go to the 4-6. He will be escorted out by sergeant your arm. Nothing he's doing on that area. The only thing people hail for, oh yeah, he causing the president. I didn't mean the man. He talk for the Liberian people. When will we wake up from that? You talk for the Liberian people, make that law. Let the law go back to your district where people benefit. Not to go.
Thank you.
All right, I'll keep it right there, my people. Yeah, we're talking for the next 20 years, but I mean, we ourselves gotta wake up.
Hopefully, not 20 years. Go ahead. That does. What is that, Seti?
He's muted.
Okay, so basically we're all saying the same thing, and the reality of Liberia is that it's a sad reality. The issue is education and rule of law. It's 2 fundamental things that we as a country we don't really enforce. So, like, to establish, my conclusion is to say that the removal of Finati Kofa was illegitimate. When you look at the arrest agenda, because I supported the Unity Party and I will support them again against CDC anyway. But one of the things in the arrest agenda is the rule of law. You cannot say you want to remove a single man to the extent that you break your own constitution. You're setting a precedent for generation to come. That's why I said they did it in a very messy way. It was not strategically planned, and it exposed the executive. As a person that supported the rescue agenda, I think it was a blow in the face of Joseph Boyka's arrest agenda for the rule of law. And they also allowed Fonati to force them to go against the rule of law so that it can be exposed to the international community. That was a mistake on the executive. Another thing in Liberia, under this Joseph Boyka government I have observed, all of the power is exerted in the executive. Any governance that do not function independently of the three branches and put all of the power in one branch of government, that country is doomed to fail. The House of Legislature should be independent on their decisions making. We saw that the senators, the House of Elders, support this renegade lawmakers, those that break the rule of law, they support them. The judiciary came up with a ruling that was never respected, and the executive proceeded any way they want to proceed. You cannot put all of the power in one branch of government. You are going to cause chaos for future. It means you're going to make the executive and the president absolutely powerful in future to come. That he can sit in his office and tell the senators and representatives, I want this done. And there's new norms that came to Liberia that when you win presidency, the Speaker of the House should be from your party, the pro tempore should be someone that supports you, and those that on the judiciary should also support you to have a full functionality. It's not right. Unity Party has the history. I'm a UDP man. I never changed party from Liberia to now to the US. I have supported UP throughout. But I must say this. UP is developing a tendency to always break the rule of law when it comes to removing speakers. It happened during any time. They are reincarnating that same attitude in this region, and that will lead to serious constitutional crisis in the future. People will break the rule of law. And the protest today, it was not in the interest of the Liberian people. It is in the interest of those lawmakers that were suspended by their colleagues, that will not be taking salary. And if that rules stay for them, they will not have paycheck going forward. So they were just trying to rally their base to put a citizen that the citizen are against the process. But they all been on. Oh, I think I the only person that can talk short on this show. Is it because I'm a rookie or what?
Oh, even
okay, just give me 2 minutes. Let me learn. Give me
2 minutes. I gave 30 seconds.
Okay, give me 30 seconds. 30 seconds. And then finally to
I hope Nessie not sleeping. You Nessie said we take 1 minute. Asking for 2 minutes to learn.
Now me all this sleeping. But let me learn. President Boyka is going to where the protests were today on the Capitol Hill. Honestly, in my peer view, I feel that it was wrong. He's the president of the Republic of Liberia. It was a high security risk. Protester comes in so many forms, so many ways. That Capitol Hill you went to go sign, that is where the crisis has been going on for 2 months. Even a certain representative or representative staff in that building, because it is clear that the executive is influencing the process. It's in the mind of the people. Seeing the president going there was highly a security risk. I mean, they may have handled it well, but in my peer view, I may be wrong. But I think that was a wrong move to go to where protesters are as the president of the Republic of Liberia. Anything could go wrong. and this will be a different story. So thank you for having me on the show. I will try to be coming on once in a while, and thank you all for perfect discussion tonight.
Amy, can sorry. Go ahead, Cindy. Sorry.
So, Cindy, I do agree with you to an extent. I also agree that Liberia is gradually drifting away from independence governance among the three branches of our government. There is no check and balance from what we can see. This is not starting with President Boakai, but if we look back, it seems like our country put all of their trust in a single person, usually the president of the republic. The executive tend to lead more than the judiciary and the legislative branch of government, which is very sad. That then take away the check and balance that the Constitution demands for our governance. I want to come back to this, the issue of President Boakai Gori again to the Capitol building. All of you guys saying that it's not safe, he shouldn't have gone and look. Then the president of the United States and the lawmakers in this country should not go to work. Every given day in Washington, D.C., there are protests right in front of the White House, right in front of the Capitol building here in the U.S. every day. So then those people will not go to work. The president's security, you can shake your head, my brother. Let me talk about who read out. Let me shake my head.
Yeah, but it's peaceful. It's peaceful. It's peaceful.
The president's security alarmed him and said, Mr. President is safe, you can come. He trusted his security and he proceeded. If it wasn't safe for the president to go, the security would have told him, Mr. President, this is not a safe zone, don't come. He went there, he conducted his business, he left. The president's work schedule should not be dictated by protest. No matter how large, how significant, how small the protests are. The president's work schedule is tight, is busy, and cannot be dictated by protests. The president has a large responsibility. I mean, you oversee national and international affairs. And that sometimes will include crisis, security issues, including protests. So are we saying that whenever there are protests, then the president should cease his work?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Not at all. Not at all.
That would delay efficiency, that would delay productivity.
That's not what we are saying.
Well, I mean, what
Even
you
they
saying
are
is-
closing, the brother
let
doing
me say
closing.
my own.
Don't interrupt people here when they're doing closing. Go ahead.
Look, I agree also. I agree with all of you. I mean, I say, yeah, Charles, what I said about the intent of the protest was that I acknowledge that protests are norms in any given democracies. And I said that there was an intent behind the protest. Whether it is in the interest of the Liberian people or is in the interest of just few people, it's few people that disagree, it's still a protest. We can't say because it's not in the interest of everybody, then it's not a protest, then they don't have intent. It had an intent. Was the intent today actualized? No. Did they get anything out of it? I don't think they were successful because of the manner the protests were conducted. But they had an intent, right? So I would not beat on the president for going to work. Let us also acknowledge again, the book that was signed today was signed for a deceased former vice president of our country.
Great.
He was the former vice president during the transitional period.
Moses Black.
Yeah, one of Moses Black.
2003.
Yes. But apart from that short role of a vice president during the transitional period, he was also a senator.
2 months. Mm-hmm.
He was also a senator.
Yeah.
So that was a statement that the president had to go and honor. And we're saying because few people gather, they are aggrieved on Capitol Hill, the president should change the work schedule today, postpone it to another time, without even knowing how busy the president's schedule is. So, thank you. I mean, I think we have said it all. You can disagree with my position on this, but I don't think our president should stop working because people are protesting anyway. Thank you.
Nothing.
So that's it. Nothing is snoring. I can even hear him snoring. my boy, my boy tired now already. He has retired. So friend said, my man, what's up? Where you been? Like, in the show and so we can get be in the studio. What nursing?
Only nothing can do that one.
Nursing won't keep on the show all the tomorrow. Or everybody can get leave now. Oh my God, man. The president should stop work because few group of people say they won't. They,
I mean, not close.
Emmy not talking again. Emmy finish saying your own.
I mean, Lotaya, she came to add a Gattuso on me today, but no problem.
No, but I mean, I don't even know. For real. For somebody go protest for their salary, then you go put yourself on the line
And
to
that's
get.
it. That's the problem. That's a serious
Tell you guys,
problem.
I'm gonna bid you guys good night. Please hold the phone on the nothing. Come on.
Amy will say,
I try to call
Amy will
Nelson
be
to see if he can come and cut the stuff off.
Amy will be watching, will be holding the ground.
Amy, call Nelson now, so we can go. We can just leave the thing blank that day.
Let me see. I'm gonna try to call him.
You on mute.
No, you can't. You can't leave it blank. You have to.
Yeah. That's why I say we gotta call him.
I will go take quick nap.
Man, Cindy, what's up?
I think he was.
Man, City, I'm okay. How you doing?
Husband was transitioning to.
Which city you in?
I'm on the radio.
Yeah, do that. I know. Can you?
My man, come in the prayer.
For security reason, I'll protest.
Yeah. You gotta establish quorum. I mean, get quorum to him.
Yeah,
I just called Nessie, so he's coming to end in life.
I'm on the majority block.
Yeah.
I need my other Brian though.
I mean, the whole thing is the deception is too much. You see, one person is saying on the other side, "Oh, I will make sure I support the man who on the side of the law." Then on the other hand, telling other people that, "Oh, I get what you know."
To me, the whole thing for nothing covers supposed to just resign. For me, trust me, I don't care. Even if court tell you win a case, who you going to work with?
Your own men who supporting you say, they get their own interest too. They make an interest message and get 1 million I have to spend 1 million. You know what it means? You 1 million. Get a big speaker.
The precedent we have set in the country, Funati, don't fight it, my brother.
He fought already.
He will continue.
You can fight somewhere, but you gotta retreat sometimes and come back tactically.
Yeah, let the code define what it mean by whatever virus or vara. I mean, I'm not a lawyer, a healthcare professional.
They talk about.
Let the code define.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yeah. Just in the live nursing.
All right, nursing. See you, man. Thank you.
All right, so yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thanks a whole lot for holding it down. Emmy, thanks a lot. I appreciate you. I had some serious connection with internet, but it's a good thing that I was able to get. Yeah, and we due to some technical issue from my end, I really can't upload the photos. But want to say happy birthday to James Davis, one of our ardent followers on the show. He has his birthday today. We wish him all the best. We're gonna put the photo up tomorrow and wish him happy birthday. And we also want to say happy birthday to Harry Do Taple. He's celebrating his birthday. An ardent follower of the show as well. I think I had his photo up. I want to say happy birthday to him as well as he celebrates his natal day today. Okay, so this is Harry Do Tapla. Happy birthday to you as you celebrate your natal day today. And yes, so I want to say thanks to everyone, man. Cindy, thanks being on. Fambule and Amy as well. We appreciate all of you guys. We look forward to being here tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Bye bye.
All right, you have a good one.